Hello TacAM viewers and hello TacAM fans and hello fans of Transpiratii. As we see in front of us, the veto phase has ended with Mirage being banned by TacAM, then Transpiratii buying Nuke, Ancient being picked by TacAM, Dust 2 picked by Transpiratii, then we got rid of Overpass, Inferno, and Anubis was left as the decider for today's match. This is going to be a second round of the playoffs in ESEA Open 10 Season 57. After we won our first match against a very decent team, I'd say, Nixed Esports, it was 2-0 on both maps in our favor. Both maps ending 13-8 with Ancient and Nuke being played. As for Transpiratii, they also won 2-0 with both of their matches being won, both of their rounds being won quite easily. They began by playing on Anubis, and their second map was Dust 2, if I am correct. As for the statistics of today's match, I think that, well, Transpiratii are looking pretty strong and pretty scary against TacAM. But as we know, TacAM has shown to, even when the statistics are against them, to pull out and play very well. Transpiratii have one level 8 player and 4 level 10 players. The first map, Ancient picked server was Germany, so in favor for our players, as the entire enemy team, Transpiratii, is a fully Romanian team. Now let's look at our roster. Pardon me. It is the unchanged roster of Andrew, Colin, Bravo, Fuchi, and Henzig. Of course, Andrew and Colin, the AVPer and Rifler. Bravo, the IGL, Fuchi, the support, and Henzig as our lurker. The player to watch today finally has changed. The player to watch for today's match is the one and only Henzig. 0 match MVPs this season, 17.5 average kills per match, 77% team win rate this season, and 1.02 KD this season. But last match, he showed off in Nuke by absolutely dominating the match with statistics with 48 kills across 2 maps, 23 kills, 97.4 ADR, and 2 KD, which shows that he carried our team with a 1.51 rating from Faceit on that map. 41% headshot percentage as well, meaning that almost 20 kills were headshots in the match we had earlier on Tuesday. Now, your caster today is the unchanged, the legendary me, aka Voplicus, and I will be casting these playoffs for you most likely in its full, and hopefully we will get to see the finals of these playoffs as well. Now, let's take a look at the countdown here again with 6 minutes left for the players to connect. I think Ancient is definitely one of our strongest maps. We have shown to be able to win Ancient pretty often. I'm pretty sure we haven't lost on Ancient. No, we have lost on Ancient against the Belgium side called We Are Bums. That was our one bigger loss this season on Ancient. But apart from that, Ancient has been nothing but victories for us. As Dust 2, Dust 2 is not a map we have played much this season, and it is definitely pretty interesting to see TacAM playing it today. And we will see how we perform on this map that we haven't played in for quite a while. As for Transpiratii, their statistics show that Trebor from Transpiratii was the MVP for last match with a 1.38 rating from Faceit. 56 kills against 2 my bad, on 2 maps. 37 deaths, 97.5 ADR and 1.51 KD with 22 headshot kills, 39.3% headshot percentage. Yeah, 12 MVPs across the round MVPs across the 2 rounds they have played. Now let's take a look at TacAM to see exactly where and when they played Dust 2. Their last Dust 2 match was played on the 13th of April against Portuguese side Kenshin, where we won 13-11 against the Portuguese side. So we played it quite a while ago, but hopefully today we will show that just because we haven't played it in a while as a team, we still will manage to prevail. Now, let's take a look inside of the match itself. Now, we see most of the players from Transpiratii have joined. We see Henzik, Andrew, and Fuchi on our team, just waiting for Bravo and Colin to connect as we watch this warm-up phase. As always, because TacAM picked the map, we will see Transpiratii deciding which side they will play on. Unfortunately, in ESEA, did not think that over too well. And for the playoffs, basically, it isn't that it's an automatic decision for them to pick. We have to knife ourselves on spawn. Unfortunately, we saw a nice little moment of that in the last match, where on Nuke, one of the enemy players won the little fight on spawn he had and did a little victory jump around to celebrate that victory on spawn. Now we see here pretty much a nice little warming thing to see. All of the players from both teams playing around, trying to do this nice little jump from Red Room towards Heaven. I'm pretty sure I've seen Donk do this jump, and it was very good. It was a very good jump for him, which provided him with a couple frags from the clip I saw. Now let's maybe take a look into the playoffs themselves inside of Open10. If, of course, I am allowed to look, thankfully, according to Faceit. The matches are currently ongoing from all sides, of course, but let's look at the sign up. If we win today, if we win today, we will be facing against either Dan's TacAM ESEA team I betting my life on is from France, and I am correct, they are a French team. Or we will play against a team called Horizon, a team from Switzerland with American players playing for them. So quite an interesting setup here for the teams that we might play off against if we win today's match. But looking at this warm-up phase, we are just waiting for one last Bravo to connect. And then we will finally be able to go and dive straight into this map that is Ancient. Which, as mentioned before in many of my streams, we know that Ancient doesn't really have advantage for any of the sides. Both the statistics show that teams have that the T side and the CT side have 50% win percentage for rounds in Ancient. But as I watched ESEA, as I commentated and casted for ESEA, I'm having this like little thought that it might be that Ancient is actually maybe just a little bit CT-sided. I think that the positions that CTs can hold, especially on B, are maybe defensively advantages made for the CTs. Now we see a little fun moment where Henzik tries to block the little boost that the T-side players are playing around. And he gets a little love tap from the AK for it. Now all players have connected, so we are just waiting for this warm-up phase to finish up for everybody to be ready to go. And we should be starting in just a moment. As the timer shows above, it is 1 minute, and we see Eclipsed players in chat. Hello, hello Shaz, hello Mleko, hello everyone. My beautiful, beautiful Eclipsed players. Eclipsed Esports for the win, yes sir. But of course, Eclipsed for life, but today TacAM is what we have to focus on, because TacAM is what we need to cheer on for. So dear viewers, for those that do believe in TacAM's victory today, please spam TacAM in chat with a couple hearts maybe. Let's see TacAM flying straight into the chat. Tac will win with ease. TacAM plus Eclipsed equals 2 hearts. And we will now be entering the 9th round, where we will of course see TacAM stab each other on spawn to give the enemy team their pick for the side they will be getting on. And who will win on the spawn of TacAM? And it will most likely be Andrew here. And Andrew does win. He throws himself into the enemies, even though he manages to somehow get a kill. And Transpiratii now will decide where they want to start this match off. And of course they decide to start it off on the CT side as expected. The CT side is of course the preferred side for Ancient. Even though that the statistics do show that it's 50-50, I think the CT side still has some type of advantage. TacAM should collab with Eclipsed. Maybe we'll become their academy team. Alright, we see almost full stack from the CTs on B side. With only 1 player on Red Room, 4 players on B. We have 2 players on B. With most of our... It's a 2-on-2 setup from us, to be honest. 1 player on mid, now going towards T-spawn to pick up the bomb. And just 2 players on A main, 2 players on B. We have Fuchi now rotating towards mid a bit. We're changing up the layup now. We're leaving B alone. And we will most likely push for map control into mid. Slow but steady. There's no one in mid to stop us, so we will run in. No one there to spot in Nas. Now we see Rasta here rotating into the red room to hear something here. Now we will see TS Peck. We push him down. 1 last player on CT spawn. And the bomb is going down. We have A side under control. 4 versus 5. 1 very low Rasta. My bad. Here we do lose Henzik on Temple. PVW pushing, but he doesn't expect a play to be close. He does take Bravo down. Oh, Fuchi gets Rasta, and Colin gets 2 to finish the round. And the pistol round is 1 for TacAM after the beautiful push from mid into Drona into A. And the bomb is down before the CTs know it. Now pause from the match itself here, not a timeout from any of the teams. And we will see what caused the pause here. Not too sure what could be the reason for this pause. Maybe some technical difficulties from one of the players. And of course, we will force this. Well, maybe not force it, but we will full buy with Mac 10s and 1 Galil on Fuji and an MP7 on Bravo, Max in Andrews and Collins' hands. While, of course, as expected from Transpiratii here, it will be an eco after the first pistol round is lost. I expect TacAM to rush into one of the sites now. Now the match has started once again on slow motion. Now has fixed itself. A quick little technical difficulty from CS as we do push 2-on-2 again. But it's a full stack from the CT players on A. As our bomb is waiting in T-spawn to see which direction it should run towards. We are leaving one player waiting on. We are leaving one Henzik on A main while rotating slowly Fuji towards B. As we're gonna most likely prepare to execute on B. Going into this round. Now we see some sound made. Henzik burns down Tepek. He gets 2 players on the boost. Beautiful entry from Henzik here, getting 3 crucial kills. He gets 1 more. Will this be an ace for Henzik? Unfortunately not. Rasta gets the final Henzik, but we know that where he is. And unfortunately for Rasta, unfortunately for the entire team of Transpiratii, the entry that Henzik gave on A main, on A site alone, pretty much just ended their hopes and dreams in this round. And there goes down Rasta, and it is 2-0 for TacAM. Henzik with no chill indeed. Beautiful play from Henzik. Gets the player on big box, then gets the 2 players on boost, gets the 4th player on boost because there was actually 3 boosted. Unfortunately dies to Rasta that was waiting on Donut, but even though that he died, those 4 kills were just straight up crucial. As we push for a full A push, a bad read from the CTs, put 2 players in mid, 2 players on B, while 1 Saya is defending A here. We get the kill, A side is open. Oh, but the Donut player gets Bravo. Smoke goes down to block up Donut, but do we expect Rasta to be here? No, we don't. And Rasta gets 2, unfortunately for us. And it's just Henzik left against 4. Gets 1. He can do this. Rasta and PVD, both with low amounts of health, but Trebor here is waiting for him. And he gets it. Henzik gets it. We have to believe in this man. They are protecting the bomb, of course. Take your time, Henzik. You have 45 seconds. You can do this. Henzik working his way towards A here. He wants the MVP for this match. But can he do it? He gets Rasta. One last PVD PVD left on Temple. Henzik expect him to be there. Oh, but from behind comes PVD. And unfortunately, he will come out and kill Henzik. Well, Henzik beautifully with the 3 kills to try and clutch up this round. Unfortunately for us, the deciding factor here was the play from Razda as he pushes behind the smokes here, as we see in a moment. Under the cover of smokes, he pushes into the site. Gets 1, gets 2, and that's pretty much it for us. So, great play from Razda there. Gets the Transpiratii team their first win. Even though that it looked quite iffy for a moment. Now 3 players on A, 2 players on 2 players on A main, 3 players on B. We are playing eco now after the money has gone down after this one loss. Bravo gets a lovely kill on Cave. Gets a M4. Now it's even 4 versus 4. Bravo with 51 HP, so less than any other player in CT, but he can still do it. And he does it. Bravo gets Razda. I'm gonna have so much problems with that username. My god, it's such a confusing username to read. Now Fuji here will push into Donut to get the player retreating. Beautiful beginning for us. Oh, but we're gonna have Saya here, but Saya terribly doesn't get anything. Tepek does get Bravo real quick in mid. But most likely, it's another round for TacAM here. 10 HP off Tepek with that grenade. We know he's in Donut, but he will rotate towards Red Room. He will try to take a different approach here, but he doesn't have much time. The bomb only gives him 40 seconds, and he will most likely save this, as economy for Transpiratii is just not there right now. Bomb goes off, and that's round 3 for TacAM, and it's 3-1. Now going into round 5, most likely a full buy from TacAM. I mean, the economy allows it. We have the money to full buy here. Andrew left with $700. He could get dropped from one of his teammates, most likely. It would be the best play here, but he does decide to buy something for himself, while eco will come from Transpiratii, apart from Tespec, that decides that he'll buy himself a M4 and a beautiful grenade. He takes 4 HP off of Henzik. They stack 4 players in B. We have only 2. As this will most likely once again be a execute from us. I think we get 2 kills on Heaven from Colin. Beautifully played. Unfortunately, Henzik does die on A main. Andrew beautifully B side open. Oh, expect a player on Heaven. We do expect a player on Heaven, and he dies beautifully. One last test spec left. The one that decided to full buy this round does not pay off for him. Only 1 kill. Let's watch a replay from Colin here. Going into the Heaven here. Beautifully played here. Both of the CT players were turned around. Colin uses that fact, gets both kills on Seo and Razda. And it's round 4 for TacAM. Now Molly into B ramp. Unfortunately for them, we are not there. 1 player, 1 Saya defending A site against 3. Now they do have help. Saya does have help from Tespec that decided to rotate from Donut. They are both on Donut now. Could this be just a little sneaky play get some attention to A. Maybe rotate some players from rotate the CT players. Maybe try to trick them. And it does appear so. We did manage to get 3 players towards A. And we do start slowly moving over. But I think they read us just quite nicely. Unless Tespec does go back to A now. We did move over 4 of our players. Just 1 Henzik left on T's pawn before we start this execute. And now the utility starts flying and the execute begins for TacAM. 1 player on short, 1 player on long. Long player is dead. Cave player here does get 3 kills. Trevor with a beautiful play. And unfortunately, Colin misses his shot. And Transpiratii execute this retake beautifully. The Cave player here, Trevor, did God work for Transpiratii here. We did line up like it was a queue, basically. Bravo and Henzik just lined up, saying, please shoot us. And they both drop. And it's a second round, 1 for Transpiratii. As we decide to rush this into A. Unfortunately, Rasta gets the kill on Colin. Andrew does refrag. And we decide to back it up. We made our noise. We know that rotate will come. A smoke goes down from the CTs. Molly as well, unfortunately for them. We weren't there for the Molly to do any harm to us. Red room smoked off. Making Tespec waste some ammo on middle, making them think that we might be going that direction, but they are wrong. We are pushing towards B, and there will be an AVP there waiting for us, as well as Trevor. And we start to execute now. PVD hurt, and PVD down. Bravo, 2 beautiful kills. Unfortunately, Tespec does get him. Bomb is down, and it's a 3v2. 1 last. Saya left. Flash goes out. A bow, but he gets 2 kills. Now it's just Henzik left. Henzik, you've done God's work. Can you make it work again? He makes noise. Saya will know where he will be. Grenade goes out. Henzik makes him waste time. Unfortunately for him, he won't defuse it in time. Beautiful time wasting from Henzik. Gets the match to 5-2 for TacAM. What is the auto observer doing? I heard that the auto observer is programmed to look at the best player in the match. Unfortunately for us, there's 5 TacAM players in the match, so unfortunately for us, the auto observer tried to observe every single one of them at once. Now utility, another push from CTs, though that grenade does deal quite the damage. Now Trevor might be here to see the AVP from Colin work. Unfortunately, missed shot, but PVD dies on Heaven. Fortunately for us, Colin did not die with the AVP on the boost. Oh, but Rasta perfectly plays the flash here, even though that Andrew does refrag Bravo. And now Fuji. Molly going out into mid. Andrew and Trevor. I don't think Andrew will expect a player to come out of cave. And it's a AK for Trevor now. 3v3. We've moved all of our 3 remaining players towards A. And that's where we will try to execute. Trevor and Saya still defending B, thinking that this might be a B push just in case. But now the execute starts happening with Colin throwing smokes for CT. And we have to expect a player on big box. And we do. Henzik gets test pack. And site is ours. Bomb is going down. And we will once again decide to defend this from the donut. We do, of course, have to expect a player to come from Temple. That player will be Trevor. But I think they decide to take a different approach here. And that approach will be saving. The economy on Transpiratii is not the best. And saving is the best they can do for now. Fuchi staying behind just in case they try to ninja defuse. Now. Will a cave fight happen here? I don't think it will. We could say they were centimeters away from each other. But thankfully for us, nobody died. At least on TacAM. Insane rounds indeed. 6-2 for TacAM now. Going into the 9th round of this match. Of this round, pardon me. Or of this map would be an even better way of explaining it. Now we decide to play 5 players towards B. Unfortunately for us, the CT players expected it. Well, maybe not expected, but a shot from Colin missed. Colin missing a couple shots here. We do get test back now. Saya here does get Andrew, but Fuchi refrags. 4v3, but 2 of our players are hurt heavily. Oh, will we expect PVD to be coming from behind? And we don't, and he's playing the silent game here. And unfortunately for us, Colin and Bravo do die, but Fuchi does get the kill in the end. It's still a 2v2. It is still doable. Fuchi gets the AVP. Bogdan's rule says he must have it. There's a player on red room. That player is Rasda, but he did decide to go back towards a different direction. Trevor on B ramp, on B gate, just looking towards heaven to see if they come there. Now we have red room control. Rasda, I don't think he expects us to be there just yet, but can we expect him to be on Temple? Is the question here. Henzik almost enters the site. We run into the site. The bomb will go down, but the kill does happen. Unfortunately for us, the HP Fuchi had just wasn't there. Headshot from Rasda into the head, puts him down, and it's another round for Transpiratii. Quite the match here. Now we will go into round 10. A full buy from Transpiratii as TacAM unfortunately are forced to eco now. Maybe not fully eco. We do see Andrew playing with a Mach 10, but will that change anything? Will that give us the advantage? I don't think so. A full rush into A now from TacAM. Unfortunately for Tespec, he doesn't get too much damage, but PVDU will get quite the amount. And Razda will finish off the Bravo of the AVP. Let's take a look at this free play real quick. We enter A side pretty beautifully, take down the donut player, which was Testback. But unfortunately, the push into CT just wasn't there for us. Players were waiting there. PVDU gets quite a lot of kills. Trevor gets some Saya as well. And then we get finished off by the AVP in Razda's hands. Now out to a 1-1-3 setup, but we unfortunately do lose Andrew. PVD does die to Bravo, but we did lose a crucial player. I think right now the player that is playing their best map for now would be Fuchi with a 9-5 KD. Henzik following 10-8 behind the boost. Has to be expected, and it slightly is expected, but Testback just gets away with the 6 HP. Unfortunately for us, that's a 4v3 now. Well, Testback is just a breeze away from dying. Oh, Colin. Colin also not playing the match of his life right now. Trevor pushing from behind, but Fuchi does get him. Now it's more evened out. Colin finally with a kill. And Colin beautifully. Colin wakes up from his slumber to get 2 crucial kills here entering B. We have to expect the Testback to be coming from behind from B ramp. And Fuchi here was taking a look, but stop looking now. Colin making his way out towards B ramp. Fuchi hiding in the smoke. Testback spotted him, but Testback unfortunately does not have Fuchi's aim. And beautifully played from Fuchi. Gets a kill. Now let's take a look at this play from Colin, of course. We see shots being fired. Colin comes out, takes the shot. Headshot kill on Saya, then fights against the AVP from Razda. Through the wall into his head as well. 2 headshot kills with the AVP for Colin in that round. Gives us a 7-4 lead going into this last round of the half. Now, every possible utility going into middle. Unfortunately, PVD does get the kill on Fuchi. Oh, almost. Andrew gets beautiful kills. Colin as well. We are a 4v3. We have mid control. 1 player on A, 2 players on B, and this will be a execute from us. Or it is Razda protecting that site, and Razda right now is doing perfectly, but Colin denies his kills. And Colin gets another one. Will Colin get the last one though? Colin does pick up an AK. Oh, but the defuse is happening. But unfortunately for them, Colin gets it. Beautiful play from Colin for 4K in the last round of this half. Closes the first half of Ancient with a 8-4 lead for TacAM. And now we are entering the more liked side of CT. Great half, says Ray Eshen. Indeed, great half. 8-4 is a good score going into the CT side, of course. And TacAM definitely can show themselves off on this map. It's Ancient after all, their map. As they decide to push 1 player into Red Room, 4 players into B. Unfortunately, a bad call from us, as this will not be a B rush from Transpiratii. They will be playing on A. 4 players A main, 1 player on mid, just in case from Transpiratii. That one Razda. Now we know this is A side. We start moving all of our players. We have Bravo relaying information, guys. This is A side. They're planting the bomb already. Trevor, unfortunately, with 2 good kills. Rasta with a 3rd. And Henzik tries to get it from behind. And he does get it in the end. And Henzik gets another one. Beautifully. Oh, but will he expect Trevor? He has 8 HP. And unfortunately for him, it will not be enough. Tespec gets Bravo. And it's a pistol round 1 for Transpiratii. Now, as we saw here, I think a very good player from the T side. Players in Dona here protecting from the mid push from our TacAM team. Trevor gets 2 kills. Then Razda from Red Room gets Colin. And that's pretty much the round over for TacAM. And Transpiratii do vote for a timeout going into this 14th round. Maybe to talk over tactics, pardon me. Or maybe to think about, do we want to echo this or do we want to half buy? Or maybe we just, you know, go with whatever goes and see what happens. Of course, TacAM will be playing eco after losing the pistol round. That is quite expected and happens almost every match. Of course, Transpiratii do decide to go with the full buy here. Well, we could call it a force buy, leaving almost no economy in their team. If TacAM were able to push through with this eco round now, it would be devastating for Transpiratii. Now we stack 4 players A. Thankfully for us, it's a good read, as Transpiratii want to go A again. We take up silent positions, making no sound. Oh, unfortunately, Bravo does not get a kill. Tespec and Trevor making the work on A happen.
Bomb has been planted.
Unfortunately for us, this is not a good beginning to this eco. Not a single kill. Fuchi with the Zeus. He wants to give us some electrifying gameplay. And he misses the Zeus and dies. Let's take a look at this replay from the entry, of course, from Tespec. Spotting Colin, then taking out the boosted player here, Bravo. Then Andrew dying and Colin dying as well, leaving just Henzik and Fuchi in this match to retake. Unfortunately for us, the retake did not happen while Fuchi was trying to play Zeus and try to, like I said, give us some electrifying gameplay. Now, a mid push, it appears, from Transpiratii, but the utility here will be quite hurtful for them, leaving Trevor almost dead with 3 HP, and he does die in the end with Fuchi getting a headshot through the smoke. Beautiful play from Fuchi. And a good entry here, but the push from heaven will not be too good. Henzik does get 1 kill. And Henzik does not expect Rasta from behind. Now the B plant happens. If we play this quickly, we can do it before the before the T players rotate. Rasta goes back into cave as with PVD. Colin dead. Colin kills. There is a B ramp player to take care of, though. He will start to come out now. 1 more kill, Colin. And unfortunately for us, Colin will most likely try to save this, as Tespec might die from the bomb here. Yes, he will, but Colin unfortunately dies as well. And it is a 7th round for Transpiratii. Now we enter the 16th round of Ancient here. And it's another eco from TacAM. It is a 3-2 setup here. Turning slightly into a 2-on-2 setup from the T side as we decide to stack fully mid in this eco. Try at least get any kills. And we do not get a single one. Unfortunately, we do get test pack. That's 1 kill for Fuchi in this round. But where is the last Bravo? The T's are now thinking. Well, you know, B side is open. So the hunt will begin. And it will most likely be Trevor spotting him on middle. And there goes Bravo. And it is 8-8. And the match on the map, Ancient, is now even out. We go for a force by Colin with his beautiful AVP. And before we start this round, I think a little dive into the skins. I almost forgot to dive into the skins. Guys, the best skin you can see in today's match is in Fuchi's hands. It is a butterfly knife slaughter, factory new, going for around 1,300 euros on the market. So if we have any fans of skins, any One pixels, then that is something to look at. Unfortunately, you will not see it in this round as Fuchi has already died. Now the T side players with 4 players towards A. 3 of those a bit closer to mid. We did decide to pull back a little bit after losing Fuchi. 2 players on both sides. While the T side players are deciding where should they go. They give the bomb to Tespec. Now Tespec, will he try to silently go towards A? The execute starts. They are smoking off crucial places, so this will most likely be a push. They will try to go into Donut, most likely. Colin misses his shot on Donut. Will he have another chance? He will look towards A main, expecting players to come out from there. Bravo gets Trevor, but Saya does get Andrew. Oh, but Colin misses another one, and Saya quickly gets him. And the lurk from PVD gives a ninth round to Transpiratii. And TacAM this side. This isn't right, guys. We have to talk over plans. We have to decide what to do next. And TacAM call for a timeout. Now we go into this 18th round of the match. 2-on-2 setup from TacAM as we decide to eco this. We do lose Henzik pretty early. Unfortunately, Bravo as well. B site is open. The rotate coming from Rasta now towards B. Picks up the bomb. We put 3 players in mid. Will we expect a player on Donut? We do. We get the kill. Will we try and save these weapons? Unfortunately, we don't. Trevor gets the last 2. And it's a 10th round for Transpiratii. This was halfly a eco. So we will now force by hoping to finally push through the lock that we have on ourselves since the beginning of the CT side. A grenade that unfortunately deals damage to PVD from Andrew. We do play pretty aggressively in A. Two of our players already in A main. We'll have test pack to fight with. One in donut. 3 players on mid from the T side. And will Andrew get a kill? And PVD gets a bit more hurt. I'm pretty sure that was friendly fire there as he enters red room. Testpack does get Fuchi. Colin finally with a nice close-up kill. And he will pull back from A main. We have both Bravo and Henzik defending red room. Henzik just making sure. Oh, Bravo beautifully gets PVD on red room. Unfortunately, Bravo peeks out his head into mid and loses his head. Now Trevor and Rasta left against 3 of our players. They will going to be. Henzik will communicate to our team. They're in B. Bomb is down. Henzik gets it beautifully. Henzik gets it beautifully. Let's check the replay on this one. The force buy is successful for us. Here, we already know that it's B side. Henzik, first of all, gets Rasta, which drops the bomb towards him. And then Trevor also drops to Henzik's weapon. Henzik, with just 19 HP left, manages to survive and push that extra round for TacAM. Now 9-10. It will take a couple more rounds to destroy the economy that Transpiratii have built. But at least our economy is looking a bit better now. A push into mid. Colin here will get Trevor. Early kill. That's one less player for us to deal with. And definitely one of the better players for Transpiratii at the moment. 3 players aggressively walking towards red room. We do have both Andrew and Bravo defending. Molly goes in, they burn up. Bravo gets 2. Andrew gets the 3rd. And it's just Testpack left. Beautiful, beautiful protection of red room here. Henzi gets the last. And it's 10-10 for TacAM. Let's watch a replay on that one. Beautifully played here. Colin, of course, getting the first kill on Cave. Expecting a player there. But then Bravo, the molly from Andrew, deals the damage while Bravo just stands there and just cuts them down as they try to do whatever they can with their entry into that molly. But as we all know, don't play with fire because it burns. Now another good utility from Fuchi. Will Fuchi get it? Unfortunately not, but Andrew does refrag. Colin gets 1 kill. Doesn't get the second one, unfortunately. But Andrew does get another one. The bomb is down in an open position. Bravo gets another one. Just 1 Saya left against 3. He does get Henzik. He's with 8 HP. And Colin closes it out with the beautiful shot, and it's 2 kills for Colin as he starts to wake up in this match with a 18-12 KD. That's my AVP, says GLaDOS. Indeed. And Transpiratii now have to call for a timeout. After the unsuccessful for them now 2 rounds, as their economy finally is looking weaker, and they will most likely have to force buy going into this 22nd round of Ancient. Meanwhile, economy for TacAM is looking nicely. TacAM just need to push through 1 more round to secure overtime in case something fails, in case something goes badly, and just 2 more rounds in if they want to win this map. Now pause here. From the entire match itself, not any timeout given. Maybe once again we have some technical difficulties from players. Who knows? Still waiting for this pause to end. And as expected, Transpiratii will be force buying this one. Which is quite interesting. Usually you want to eco before going into the final round of the match. If a match point were to happen, of course. Usually we would see an eco here, but I think they do expect, looking at their economy, that they might be able to force buy once again after this round, even if they lose it. So interesting play from Transpiratii, and the round now begins. And of course the dragon lore butterfly knife in hands of Bravo, a beautiful knife indeed. And a full rush into the side from the T's, unfortunately not working out for them as we decided to stack B here. And a beautiful kill from both Henzik and Bravo. Leave the T's with one less. Colin unfortunately misses the shot, and Rasta does get the kill on him. Will we play aggressively? It appears we will. If we get the kill on Saya, the bomb will be ours. Tespec unfortunately gets the kill, but we do get Saya down, so the bomb is down. Now Fuchi expect Razda. We push forward, taking control of the bomb. Andrew lurking in the corner, waiting for him to come out, and he will get him. It's just Razda left against two. He knows one is on T-spawn, one is lurking. And he will burn. But Andrew gets it. Andrew beautifully puts an end to Rasta, and it's 12-10 as we go into first match point, first map point on Ancient. Let's take a quick look at the replay here as they rush into B side here. A flash from Henzik blinds players. We take out PVD and Trevor. Henzik and Bravo do it beautifully, harming Saya heavily on Tespec, leaving us with a beautiful entry into the 22nd round. Now the 23rd round is what we look at, and it is a force buy from Transpiratii, so they did calculate it perfectly that they will be able to force buy even if they lose the round. Now a little bit burning there on the feet of PVD, trying to push into Red Room. But I think it got called pretty nicely from us, stacking ourselves mainly on a with two players near Red Room just in case if we need to go B. But we do have Trevor near Cave on Heaven, and we do have Razda on B ramp. Razda will slowly make his way into B side. Slowly scoping it out. He slowly makes it quite aware for himself that this side seems a bit open. PVD now pushed very harshly. He's the one eco player here, and he dies. So it's one extra player for TacAM now. Will Saya be dropped here? Yes, he will. Andrew gets the kill on Saya. Now we just have 3 players left on the T side, and we need to retake. The molly will burn up Bravo slightly. And we have to go from B ramp. 2 players going from CT. And the entry begins, and it's an aggressive entry at that. Colin with the headshot on test pack. Bravo against Rasta. 1 cave player left. The cave player dies. And ladies and gentlemen, it is 13-10 on Ancient for TacAM as we win the first map on of this series. Dust 2 is coming in indeed. With just 2 players we are waiting from. That being, of course, Bravo from TacAM. And I believe... not Razda. Oh, the last player, Trevor, has joined for Transpiratii as we slowly get ready for the Dust 2 map. Now, Dust 2, quite an interesting map we haven't played in a while. Like I said, last match, 14th of April. Now, diving into the statistics, Dust 2 is currently one of the most balanced maps in Counter-Strike 2, with their counter-terrorist CT side winning roughly 49.2 to 49.4% of all rounds. This gives the terrorist T side a microscopically a higher overall round win rate, making the map nearly perfectly even. The pistol round win rate, CTs win about 52% of pistol rounds, round 2 conversion. If the CTs win the pistol round, they convert that into a second round win 78.9% of the time. And first kill advantage. If a CT secures the first kill in a round, their team wins the round 69.6% of the time. So the statistics are quite good. And David plays on, says, I love the caster. Thank you very much, Mr. David. I appreciate the compliment there. Now, as we saw, the statistics are quite even for this map. Just slightly higher for the T side. But of course, first kill conversion, pistol round win percentage, and second round conversion is what we will be looking towards after the first pistol commences, of course. As after the pistol, like I mentioned, if we win the pistol, which is a 52% chance for us, we have 78.9% chance, or at least statistical advantage of winning the second round as well. Now we do have 3 more minutes left. Ray Ashen says, we all do. I appreciate the compliments. Thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate that you guys all love me. I love you guys too. I love my TacAM viewers. I love my TacAM players, of course, Henzek, Andrew, Colin, Fuchi. We are just waiting for Bravo to come, of course. Bravo was late. Was maybe not late, but he was the last player to arrive on Ancient as well. So we can say that he's the late one. Now we are watching some CT players here, Henzek to be exact, trying to achieve the boost onto the boxes in CT spawn. I honestly never seen a way of how to get there alone on your own. And from what I've been seeing, Henzek is having quite a struggle in getting there. He is almost there, and hopefully he will get there. Ah, so close. He's trying his best. Hopefully he gets it. He has 1 minute and 45 seconds to get it. It would be pretty good if he got it, because he might be a bit frustrated if he doesn't. I'm watching the minimap here, seeing if he does it. So close yet so far. I'm pretty sure it's like a pixel perfect boost you have to do. Oh, but Tespec killing Henzek here. Poor Henzek just trying to boost himself up. Fuchi puts Tespec down, and they can finally go back to their beautiful attempts of boosting themselves up on that box. Hopefully Henzek doesn't get it. 50 seconds left. And Tespec again starts to try and go kill them. He does kill Henzik as the knife round will now commence. Who knows, maybe during the match we will see Henzik get the boost. Of course, knife round will be Transpiratii stabbing themselves as it is their pick. Here, Colin does get Henzik. And they don't go for... the Transpiratii team don't go for the stabbing themselves. They don't give TacAM a pick of the side on this map, even though that now they do. Thankfully, I got worried for a moment that they won't, but thankfully in the end they did. And very nice, fair play from Transpiratii there for doing that, and TacAM do decide to start off with the CT side. And now we see the first pistol round begin after we send one player to 1B. 2 players push into mid. 4 players actually. The bomb is near tunnels from the T side though. They are expecting us to push forward, but we are not playing aggressively. At least not yet in the CT side. But I think we will be spotted in the middle in a moment. We push into tunnels now. Hopefully we do not play aggressive. We pushed back towards mid, leaving just Henzik on tunnels to defend. I think we expect somebody to be there. I think it's too silent for us. But now in short, we do take out 2 kills. We'll get the third. We get the third, just 2 left. They will rush into B side though. The bomb will most likely go down before we manage to enter the retake. We hear the bomb going down. And 5 of our players will go against 2 from the T side. Now with all of our players ready, it shall commence. In a moment we rush out. PVD is down. Trevor follows. And we lose not a single CT player in the first pistol round. Beautiful play from TacAM. Shows off in the pistol round. And now, according to the statistics, we have a 78.9% chance that we will win the second round here. As the statistics show that the second round conversion for CTs shows those exact statistics. Why do I not see the crosshair moving? Just me or the stream issue? Not a stream issue, not your issue. It's an issue with the auto director in CS2. It unfortunately just it's a bug. It's quite buggy, I will say. So unfortunately, sometimes it does show quite weird stuff that isn't really happening. Now a full push from mid. Oh, but they line up for Henzik. They line up for Andrew. Will Andrew get it? Fuchi will get it from behind. Now just PVD left. He's on short. He does hear one of our players and he does put a head shot on Bravo. Let's not lose anyone else. We do get him through this wall a bit and Henzik finishes him off with the FAMAS. Beautiful chance of 78% for us. And let's take a look again. We see the 4 players rushing towards B here, but Henzik just has them lined up in window. Andrew gets the third one trying to follow the first 2. And that's 4 players from Transpiratii gone. with just PVD left that ends up dying after taking Bravo away from us. And we play a classical 2-on-2 setup with one player playing short, two players playing long now with Fuchi rotating to a side, while map control taken by Transpiratii as they take the mid. They will be going into short now. Unfortunately for Bravo, the rush just doesn't quite work. We smoke off short, and they will most likely decide to go towards B. But we do have two players there. Most importantly, Andrew, one of our better players with 2 kills on his account already here. They will play for some information here. Unfortunately, TacAM is looking at... TacAM was looking at lower. But another push into B from mid. Oh, but through the gates, Razda gets the kill. And unfortunately, Razda gets Hensik and Fuchi, and it's just Colin left. Unfortunate for us. Really unfortunate. Colin will be saving this M4. And he will successfully save the M4, while the rest of the steep side players retreat back into their spawn. Now, 4 spy most likely coming here from TacAM, as we see, while economy is looking better for Transpiratii after they win their first round. Let's remember that this is Transpiratii's pick. But TacAM are off to a good start. Hopefully it keeps on going like that. We see quite a passive approach from the T side here. Oh, but a grenade, quite hurtful here. Well, like I was saying, quite a passive approach from the T side players here. They play really passively, getting ready for the beginning of their executes on site. We did see 2 moves into B from mid already. One was stopped, one unfortunately was not. And they once again do a similar play here. 2 players in mid, a third one joining them. As they push towards CT once again, we do have Andrew there to stop them. But unfortunately, Razda is better. Henze gets one. One Trevor, so it's now evened out. Oh, who will get the kill there? Bravo gets the kill there. Unfortunately, I think Hensig will burn up. And it's a B side execute from the T players. PVD quickly hops over into B to plant down the bomb. We will have Saya to defend. On very closely to defend. And unfortunately he gets one. And PVD gets the second while he gets the third. And it's 2-2. Going into round 5. Nice try indeed. Unfortunately, Saya hunching down there in the corner just was a bit too much for us. Then PVD, of course, peeking out with him to help him out. And Saya takes up our attention. And Fuchi will be left with 44 HP after he gets scanned through the door by TacAM with the AVP on suicide. Eco round, of course, from TacAM after the failed attempt at a 4 spy. And now you're seeing a slow execute into A. Unfortunately, we do not have a single player on A. We do have Bravo, of course, on short with what I believe is Andrew, I think. Yes, it is indeed. But Trevor is looking towards short. Bravo gets a kill on Saya, so that's a free AK for us. But the bomb is going down on A. Tespec looking towards A gates. A long is being protected by him. Whoever peeks out will die. And it will most likely be the first pack with the Deagle here, aka Henzik. And it is actually not Henzik. Henzik beautifully puts down Rasta. I think we're just playing the long game here, trying to keep them in the side to get some extra kills and hopefully make them, well, of course, die. But unfortunately, I don't think that will happen unless Trevor does die here. Colin dies, but gets Trevor in the end. Fuchi saves the AK. And is 3-2 for Transpiratii. That shot was indeed beautiful. Now we will force buy once again. Fuchi with the most money, of course, after saving an AK. Makes him not have to buy himself a weapon, a main rifle. Was still looking good, I would say. Yes, indeed, that eco was really nice. Unfortunately, Tepek kills Colin for the beginning of round 6. We push into mid. Andrew gets 1, but Trevor does get Bravo, so we are 2 down now. A nice grenade on Saya does leave him with less HP than he would want to have. And Andrew just about makes it out. Oh, Henzik here from behind. Gets Saya. Gets PVD. Beautifully played from Henzik from behind. Gets 2 crucial kills that we needed to pull these rounds back. Now, Tespec on suicide, following Razda into mid. They have to come up with something, unless they decide to save. Looking at their economy, that will most likely be what they want to do, but actually they are making their way into long. Slow and steady wins the race. But Fuchi will be keeping an eye on them. Waiting for the peek out, but that is a AVP on long. And on such a long distance, I think a AVP would be better than an AK. Henzik and Fuchi decide to hide in the corner. Oh, but the molly will go towards them. Will burn them out. Razda does get the kill on Andrew, but does get hurt heavily. Razda with 15 HP, 75 with Tespec. Henzik. Missed shot here. Henzik get the second one beautifully. And we have a third round for TacAM with Henzik getting 4 kills and being the MVP of this round. Now let's take a look at this replay. I think, well, it was beautiful from Henzik. Just sneaks, slowly makes his way. Takes out Saya, then takes out PVD to take out 2 crucial kills to give us a kickstart to this round. Now entering round 7. It's 3-3 on a score. And TacAM right now is playing quite nicely, even though this is a map they haven't played in a while. And Henzik gets an early kill on Trevor. Will Colin get a kill? Colin gets a kill. Will he get a second? Beautiful entry into this round as well for TacAM. 2 early kills. And just 3 players left to take care of. Tespek trying to get Colin, and he will get Colin. Razda still deciding to push forward. Razda here trying to keep an eye open, but fortunately does not get anything. Fuchi gets one. Andrew gets the second. PVD with the AVP against Free. Oh, Henzik, slow down. Be silent, Henzik. You can do it. If Henzik just lurks his way in from behind, he can take PVD, but PVD is going towards him. Henzik just needs to stay silent. Fuchi and Bravo to defend long. To defend A. And Fuchi ends it. Beautifully played from Fuchi with 2 nice kills to kickstart the end of the round here for TacAM. And now we enter round 8 for free for TacAM currently. As a full eco push into mid from the T side. Bravo will be to defend short. Fire goes down, it will burn up some players. The grenade that falls takes out even more. Fuchi here with 3 crucial kills. Now it's just PVD and Trevor. They burn up a little bit with the molly on A short, so we know it's A. The bomb is down, and it's just 2 eco players left. PVD does have an M4 now. Now they enter the site. PVD gets 1, but Andrew does refrag. Now it's just Trevor left. Trevor is on ramp. Take it slow, guys. He just has a Glock. And Andrew gets the final kill on Trevor, and it will be a 5th round for TacAM. Let's take a look at this replay. Fuchi here taking the MVP for this round, which isn't a big surprise here. We see Bravo throw down. Bravo does die pretty early here, but then Fuchi starts his spree, getting 3 kills, dying in the end to PVD, but kickstarting TacAM's easy destruction of the eco from Transpiratii as we enter the 9th round of this half. And this time it's a 2, my bad, 3-1-1 setup from the T side. As we push into tunnels, and we do get 3 players on tunnels, leaving us with a 3v2 against Saya and Tespek. Beautiful push into tunnels. The molly will go down to burn down. We do hear them coming out. Colin gets the shot on Tespek and gets the shot on Saya. And that's Saya Sayonara. Now the 10th round here, 6-3 for TacAM. If they were to win another round, now it's another eco from Transpiratii. Now grenade under the feet of Razda. It's a rush into B side. Andrew there with 2 kills, Henzik with 1. Side is open, 1 player in card, that's Tespek. He does get a kill, it's a 2v2. Can we retake this? A very good eco from Transpiratii right now. We burn up Saya. Now just 1 Tespek left. Bomb just went down. Where is the last player? He's in a corner. But unfortunately, Colin doesn't get the shot, and Tespec clutches the round in a 2v1. And the eco is successful for Transpiratii. Whatever happens in this half, it will be a maximum of a draw until the second half for Transpiratii. Unfortunately, early kill on by PVD gets Fuchi down, but Colin does get the refrag. While Bravo quickly teleports from place to place on long. Of course, that's just the auto director having quite a big problem today with handling the match. It is a 4v4 here. We're playing very aggressively into long. Andrew here, unfortunately killed by Rasta. They will smoke off CT and they will make their way towards B. But will they expect Henzik to be there? Unfortunately, they do. And Rasta gets Henzik and B side is wide open. Colin and Bravo on long most likely won't be trying this retake. The economy just won't allow it. They will most likely just want to keep their weapons going into the last round of the half to try and push through that extra point that they could get to have that 2-round advantage going into the second half of this match. Of course, the players from the T side go hunting. They do want to try and find the last players. Colin does get Sayo. Burning Trevor. Colin gets a second. Bravo gets a third. And that's weapons gone from 3 players of Transpiratii. They do get the round, but the economy gets hurt, even though that this is the last round of the match. So it won't mean too much for them. But it's extra money that can be spent by TacAM. That was expensive indeed, but if they can allow it for themselves, then it's a 4 players in tunnel from the T side. They will be making their way towards short now. For a moment, I thought that was Bravo throwing the flashbang at his teammate there, Fuchi, to maybe blind him, but he was just passing it off for him to use. Another slow approach here. The molly wasted here. And they burned their own player. Just one player entering the site now. And unfortunately, Rasta does get the kill on Bravo. Rasta carrying his team today. Doing most of the work, really. And it will be a 5v4 retake for TacAM. Tespec makes himself known. Will burn up Henzik a little bit, not too much. As we go 3 players short, 1 player CT. And Fuchi almost gets Saya. Trevor now drops down. Rasta here. The defuse will start, hopefully. Unfortunately, not. And it is 6-6 going into the second half of Dust 2. Good half from both teams. Ending it with a draw. Quite quite an exciting half. Definitely a lot of good plays from Henzik with a 16-7 KSAD in this match as of now. I think Henzik is making sure that his player to watch scene will stay for the next stream as well. Now we enter the second pistol of Dust 2 with 4 players rushing towards B from TacAM and 2 players defending long from the CT side, but we will most likely slowly make our way towards short and mid. Oh, but will we expect the player from behind? Rasta, that is. He does get Fuchi, but Andrew does refrag. It's 4-4. Oh, but Saya here with the double barrettes does get Henzik trying to come out. Andrew as well down to the feet of Trevor. Bravo as well, and it's just Colin left now. Colin will make himself known. And unfortunately, just 1 kill for TacAM in the first pistol of the second half. And we will most likely have to now eco the next round as Transpiratii will most likely full buy. 1 M4 on their team. PVD with no utility though, but the rest of the players in Transpiratii with MP9s and full utility. As we decide to play 3 players on tunnels going towards B and 2 players on spawn, just in case. Maybe trying to catch off some lurking player from the CT side, just like Rasta did in the last round where he pushed from behind and got some extra kills on TacAM. But we do push into mid again. Full mid control. We hop into short. We have to expect Trevor to be there protecting it here. Andrew, we have problems with Tespec. Trevor gets a kill on Henzik. Colin gets Trevor. But there's more to take care of. Tespec gets Fuchi. Now it's 4 versus 2. Bomb is going down. Whatever to get the extra money for from this eco. The last 2 players die. They wait for the molly to go out and they defuse.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Of course, $300 extra for each one of our players with that plant, but unfortunately just 1 kill does not prove that eco as good as Transpiratii's eco that managed to get them a win. Now we enter round 15 as we decide to force buy with 4 players going towards B tunnels. And we expect the player to be here. Rasa does get 1. Will he get more? He will not. We thankfully refrag him, but do lose a couple bit of HP and reveal our location. If we only expected just Saya to be on B side, then maybe we could have pushed into there, but unfortunately we don't have that information to just push into B side. So we will push back towards T-spawn to try and make this a play. Now TacAM slowly and quietly making their way into A long. 2 players on short, 1 in CT spawn. We do make ourselves known with that flashbang. Now 3 players rotating into A side. That will be, of course, PVD, T-Spec and Trevor to defend. 1 with an AVP, so we have to play this smartly. We unfortunately don't get the kill on PVD. Now we do. We refrag it. Trevor gets the kill through the smoke. Gets the kill on Henzik as well. It's just Colin left against 3. Will he get the kill? Unfortunately not. Tespec puts a bullet into Colin's head. And it's 9-6 for Transpiratii. Bravo talk indeed with timeout from TacAM as they decide what they will do in this upcoming round. Because right now the T side is not looking too fruitful for them as they were unable to produce an extra point since halftime. Now 10 seconds before round 16. Let's remember that this loss on Dust 2 will not mean the end of this broadcast, as of course we will have still a decider map of Anubis if Transpiratii end up winning. Grenade going into A gates. I think they expect a long push here as we have 4 players in mid. Now 4 players in mid from TacAM. This is a eco, of course, so we can't expect too much, but we know that there's a lot to live up to after Transpiratii showed a perfect eco, winning a round, of course. And Bravo dies in A gates, and Razda gets a headshot on Andrew beautifully. Will we get the kill though? Unfortunately not. Razda gets another one. Will Razda get any more? He does get Fuchi. Henzik finally gets Razda, but it's just Henzik left. He gets another kill. Will he get more? Unfortunately not. But 2 kills for Henzik means extra money for TacAM, as we now have $6,000 over for a couple of our players, and we will force buy this round. We need to push through this force buy now if we want to keep any hopes alive in winning this map. We are doing a 2-1-2 setup. Instead of trying to push every player into one spot, make some type of advantage in one spot, we are deciding to take up more map control. But Bravo, don't fall into the AVP of Tespec. That is very nicely looking towards middle. Saya now pushing forward, but we will be keeping an eye on that. Colin now beats Tespec in the battle of AVPs, and that's 1 extra player for us. Bravo unfortunately burned up a little bit. The grenade deals extra damage. Now a smoke to block off CT most likely. And a smoke to block off here, but Rasta is here waiting, gets 2 of our players. We enter the side. Will we able to set up this defense? PVD unfortunately declines that. Colin now against 2. Colin playing it aggressively. He wants to get that extra kill on Razda just so that it looks better for him. He also has to get the bomb back. He has one smoke. And unfortunately for him, Saya just gets him. And it's 11-6 for Transpiratii. Now we enter round 18. We are force buying this, which is quite interesting. Usually you want to eco before playing the last round. Oh, but here interesting setup. Might find one of our players dead, but unfortunately for TacAM, he misses the shot, loses a bunch of his HP, leaving him with just 18. We have still all of our players on tunnels. Just one Fuchi pushing backwards, getting ready to get the smokes going. Smokes are going. We will have one Trevor defending the side, hidden behind the boxes. And we do lose Henzik, but we do kill Trevor and Razda. So it is just TacAM, PVD, and Saya left to retake B-side. Colin burns up TacAM. Now it's a 2v2. PVD unfortunately gets him. Andrew against Saya. Who will be better in this show-off? And Andrew gets it beautifully. And that is round 7 for TacAM, and we finally have a round to our name in the second half. And TacAM decide to time out this. They have to think over what will we do next. They need the time to calm down. It will be another force buy from us. Unfortunately, the economy is still not good. But if we win one more round, Transpiratii will be in trouble as well, as they are also forcing it right now. We need to let the emotions just die down a little bit after this. Well, clutch from Andrew, of course. It was a 2v1 clutch from Andrew. So let the emotions die down. Let him collect his thoughts. Let TacAM collect their thoughts and decide, all right, what shall we do next? A quick kiss from Colin and Henzik in the spawn. And a two-player push from the CT side. Unfortunately, Colin does get 2 kills on them, so it's not a good push here. We do lose 3 of our players, though 4 of our players now. Trevor and PVD make miracles happen for Transpiratii here. And we will have one last Henzik left. Can Henzik do this? Trevor is just a breeze away from dying. Razda and PVD do PVD with more HP. So unfortunately, here Razda not expected to be on suicide, and it is round 12 for them. Let's watch this replay here. It starts off pretty well for us with 2 crucial kills, but then PVD and Trevor with a good flash take out 4 of our players, taking away our hopes in this round of round 19. Now we force by going into the last round. Colin with a scout, the knockoff AVP, unfortunately for him, as you do a 2-3 setup with 2 players in short, now going in tunnels, going now lower tunnels, and the rest just in front of mid. Razda though ready to protect middle. Oh, but Fuchi will be burned up with as he tries to line up the smoke. He does put the smoke down, so that is a smoke for us to use. Unfortunately for us, Razda tries scanning and unfortunately does get some damage on Colin after all. I was about to say that he didn't get anything, but he does get something in the end. Now we try to enter through short. Razda does get Henzik. One less player for us. Best course of action would be to go back to B here. But I think we will keep the A push alive. I think we will try and keep doing this A. Mach 10 from Fuchi. He will have to fight against the AVP. My bad. Against Tespec and Treborov at M4 and AK. Smokes go off. Flashes. Fuchi goes down. Colin does get Tespec. Andrew gets Trevor. Now everything is starting to look just a little bit more alive here. We might still manage to push this through. We need to keep our hopes alive. We go into short expecting players to be there, but that's not the case here. We might just be surprised in a moment with push from behind us. Oh, and now a problem because the bomb will start to be defused. And unfortunately, with just 20 HP on PVD, it's 13-7 for Transpiratii in map 2, as we now will go over to Anubis. Now, dear viewers, we are left with Anubis, which of course is the decider. It's 1-1 in the series right now, and whoever wins this map will go forward in the playoffs. Let's dive a little bit into the statistics. On Anubis, the terrorist side wins slightly more rounds than the counter-terrorist side. Across competitive matchmaking and professional play, Anubis historically leans T-sided, with attackers winning roughly 52% to 56% of rounds depending on the current active updates. This edge is largely due to the map's layout, which allows the T-side to execute quick bomb site rushes, safely navigate between sites using the central canal, aka mid, and utilize specific utility lineups. Now, like we saw in the statistics, it is 52% to 56% for the T side to be winning on Anubis. So hopefully we will, of course, get the T side for beginning. Now, because neither side picked this map, we will finally see a normal not pistol round, but a normal knife round going into this map, where teams will be actually fighting over who gets to pick where they begin the match. Hopefully for us, as like I said, it's TacAM winning and getting the option to start on the T side. Now, it's been quite a while before we dived into statistics of singular players, especially Andrew, who still remains at a 77% win rate for his matches, of course, with 20 kills being his average kills in those matches on FACEIT. But his KD has grown from the previous 1.1 to 1.25 KD in FACEIT. He has a KR rate of 0.8, pardon me, ADR of almost 90, sitting at 89.95, and a headshot percentage of 48%. He has played 861 matches on FACEIT. Now, looking at the statistics of every player that we have playing today in the both teams, I think no one will beat Henzik when it comes to FACEIT, where on FACEIT, Henzik has a whopping 9,525 matches played, with the last 30 matches being a 63% win rate, 16 kills, 1.14 KD, KR of 0.75, and his ADR sitting at a pretty nice 78.8, and his headshot percentage just 2% lower than Andrew's, sitting at 46%. Before we dive into this Anubis, we will also do a quick different thing. We will have a player to watch for the map alone. I think today only one player from TacAM has taken the beautiful honor of being able to be the player to watch, and that's none other than Henzik. Of course, his statistics are well known to us. We have spoken about them just a moment ago. But I think Henzik is the player to watch, with his beautiful plays on Dust 2, giving us extra chances and of course extra rounds, and also his play style on Ancient also gave us additional ways of additional ways of winning rounds. Now we dive into the map itself as we are waiting for, of course, who? Bravo to arrive. Bravo, the late man. As we once again have to wait for the man to arrive on the map. He does have 3 minutes to do so, of course, as we just see on the map that there's players running around everywhere. Now let's take a little fly around the map here. Take a look at the players playing around here. And they have found themselves another boost to get up onto. How they find these boosts, I don't know. They had one on Dust 2 where they tried to get on the box in CT spawn. Now they have a interesting solo boost for this map here, and they're trying to get themselves to boost themselves here, but unfortunately there is that invisible roof stopping them from doing so. So let's jump back towards our players here sitting idly on spawn. We are, of course, still waiting for Bravo. The silence we can, of course, hear on the CT spawn, also known as the beach. We are waiting for Bravo to arrive, and we see, well, not see, but we hear the birds chirping, not chirping, my bad, but the seagulls howling in the background of the beach as we watch Colin here. And Bravo has finally arrived here. And we will slowly now finally go into the first normal knife round of this match. As we will see all players from both teams run towards mid to fight out who gets to pick where they start. Who makes the first move here? It will be Andrew dying. And unfortunately, we do lose the knife round, and it's Transpiratii deciding where they will start. And will most likely be the T side, as we spoke about statistics. We all know that the statistics do decide most often what side the captains of the teams pick for their starting side. Colin here just fighting around with some players. Saya being quickly dropped by Fuchi with the USP. And Transpiratii will decide to play CT, giving the T side to TacAM. And now, 5 seconds before we start the first pistol of the last map of this playoff. As we see a full rush from TacAM towards water, towards boat. As they will be taken down. Colin does die to Tespec from connector. Razda takes out Bravo. Oh, but Andrew with 2 beautiful entry kills. Now we do have B side open for us. I mean A side, pardon me. Oh, but Tespec does get another one. Will he get another one? He will not. Fuchi puts him down. Fuchi here trying to take care of Saya, but unfortunately doesn't do it. That was Henzik. Henzik now. And just 2 shots left for Saya, and he misses both of them. Henzik with 4 HP, Saya with way more. Henzik doesn't know that this is a actual defuse, but he will peek out just in time to put Saya down, and it's the first round won for TacAM. The pistol is ours. So hopefully the second round conversion will be ours as well. Of course, a force buy coming from TacAM. As a timeout going, they win the pistol and they decide, all right, let's talk over the tactics. What tactics could TacAM try to think of going into this Anubis? Now, let's look at the statistics. Anubis is actually better for Transpiratii. They have played 27 matches on this map, 70% win rate, while TacAM have played only 15 matches, 53% win rate. So statistically, Transpiratii do look stronger for this map. But don't let us that decide. We all know that statistics are just statistics at the end of the day. The real decider is who plays better and who manages to push forward and win. Of course, that eco from Transpiratii and a force from TacAM. As we push towards B, they decide to push into water, expecting us to be there, but we are not there. Now they do realize that we are outside of B. Razda here quickly gets hit. Andrew gets Tespec. Andrew gets Trevor. Fuchi gets Saya. Quick entry into the site. Henzik will get Razda. Now just 1 left PVDU. Will he catch us off guard? He will not. And not a single kill for the CT side going into the second round. A second round conversion. Pardon me, the microphone is now back. Technical difficulties on our side with OBS deciding that it will give up and not show the stream anymore as it crashed. But we are now back with this round. TacAM with a lovely win in round 3, get a 3rd point for themselves, causing a force buy now from Transpiratii. And hopefully, if they win again, I eco. Now the 3rd round started very nicely with a very good entrance with Trevor dying first and Saya being taken out on B side. letting us enter the site without any bigger problem. And with us not losing too much players, we do burn up somebody on connector, so we know that there's at least one player. Colin here will be looking for somebody to peek out towards him. And Fuchi gets the kill through the smoke. Now we have one player extra to play around with. We still want to go towards B with this. And Henzik beautifully expects TacAM to be hiding. And gets the kill. Oh, but Razda with the grenade kill on Bravo. Beautiful from him. And Trevor unfortunately catches Henzik here. Audibly coming from water. And Andrew and Colin both get kills. Razda drops down from the Colin AVP. And it's just PVD left against 3 of TacAM's players. And it will most likely be a save here. Unless he decides that we can't risk it. We need to do what we can. But looking at the economy, honestly, most likely, he will just lurk it. He will try and lurk it to see if any players coming back from the B side. And he will most likely catch Andrew here. But unfortunately, Andrew with the 2 HP gets PVD, and that's all. Crucial weapons gone for Transpiratii. Not a single rifle stays for them. And they will most likely eco this unless they decide to force buy. And it appears that they will be force buying at least halfly. And it is a half force buy from Transpiratii. 2 MP9s, a FAMAS. Apart from that, it's just pistols and a rush here. But Colin is just known. It's a signature move from him to push forward with the AVP and get early kills. Henzik here almost caught here. And unfortunately does get caught in the end. Razda does get Colin. TacAM gets, and it's just 1 Bravo left against 2 PVD and TacAM. As GLaDOS tried to say, you just can't beat him with the AVP, and he jinxed it. Bravo seeing that water is clear. Will he expect the players to be coming fear? Yes, he will. He gets 1. He knows that his position is known. Pushes back. Oh, but he doesn't know that this is a fake. Who will win this? Bravo will clutch the round from a 1v2. Clutches the round, and it's 6 points for TacAM, and he just barely survives the bomb. Half a millisecond left, and he would have been gone. Thankfully for us, Bravo stays alive, doesn't lose the money. And it is another force buy coming from Transpiratii now with M4A1Ss for the full team. As they will try to get a round for themselves. Now the economy for TacAM pretty strong after these 5 wins in a row. Anubis is just their map for now. Hopefully it stays that way. Oh, Colin with the grenade hurt badly. Oh, PVD just barely misses Colin, but does not miss Bravo. Gets the first kill to begin. We make sound near A. That will cause a rotation of 2 players to back up from mid. But we want mid. We will take mid. We are on bridge now. Entering window. Mid will be ours. We have to expect the player on temple. Now PVD did go back slightly more towards beach. And we dive into water. There will be Trevor there to defend, but Trevor does not defend against Andrew. A player on Temple. That's Saya getting a kill. One more on CT. The CT player is dead. The bomb is going down. We hear water. It's smoked off, but Tepek and Saya both get kills. Unfortunately, missed shot from Colin. Unfortunately, dies to Tepek's USPS, and it will be a round finally won for Transpiratii as their force spy goes through.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
The score is 5-1. Currently looking very, very good for TacAM. Their economy still looking strong, but they cannot let Transpiratii win against them. Now, thankfully for us, Transpiratii's economy did not fix itself too much with the force fighter. They did lose 3 players. Bravo's slowly pushing, but there's 1 player defending A only, and that's where we want to go. 2 players on mid, 2 players on B from the CT side. This is doable from us. We are making sound on B, not making sound on A. Will we cause a rotation? Unfortunately, it is PVD going more towards A. More sound towards A, but we are taking this slowly. We have a minute to play. We are currently just waiting to maybe catch an early kill, to maybe, you know, get a move somewhere. Trevor now will peek out and left with 67 HP. Unfortunately, he does spot 3 of our players, which gives perfect information for the CT side. Henzik does enter A side, gets a kill on Heaven. Will he get PVD in connector now? He will! Henzik beautifully here, but Bravo tries to run here and gets caught by Razda. Beautiful from Henzik, but Razda will have 3 players to fight. Unfortunately for us, Razda makes it count. And it's just Henzik versus Trevor. Trevor with 38 HP. Henzik has way more at 100. He has a molly while Trevor just has... Oh, he has to plant it, but Trevor gets it. And unfortunately, it's a second round for Transpiratii. Now, I think it was God's work here from Razda, getting Bravo first. Then the push of 3 players from behind. Unfortunately for us, we decided to do it one by one, not everyone at once. And Razda takes care of that before being killed by Henzik. Unfortunately, Henzik just wasn't able to push it through. Now, TacAM decided to time out it. It's time to think over a plan. We have to do something because Transpiratii are looking stronger and stronger by the moment. Even though that the economy is still looking weak, because TacAM still managed to take out most of their team during the force buys. Now we enter round 8 with an eco from TacAM as we quietly make our way towards B. Just 2 players defending their on pillar, 1 in connector. 1 good rush could mean a lot here. Saya blinded, does get Andrew there. Trevor does get more, and unfortunately this was a quick eco and a quick destruction of TacAM. Unfortunately, let's re-watch this replay. We see Saya does get blinded here, but does manage to get Andrew, even though that he's blinded. And unfortunately, just our pistols don't do work here, as Razda from Temple, connector for Trevor, and Saya on pillar. Just those 3 make the eco and quickly. And we now force spy going into round 9. And Colin gets the early kill on Razda, which is a wonderwork for us. Will he get another one? Unfortunately for us, PVD does not decide to push this and does not peek out on mid to let Colin get a second one. Now Fuchi making some sound on B, maybe trying to either draw some attention to B or maybe make them think that we're trying to play them out again. Andrew gets slightly burnt up. The grenade there goes down. Henzik now reinforcing him. The player on the corner drops down. The execute begins. Unfortunately, Trevor with 2 kills, but Henzik manages to finally get him in the end. PVD does get a kill through the smoke on Fuchi. And we will leave B alone, but we have Tespec here. And Tespec unfortunately gets Henzik. Now Colin, unfortunately not there for him, and it's 4-5. Now a pause in the game as we wait for the game to restart. Now we enter round 10 of Anubis, and we will see TacAM going for an eco round here. Transpiratii, of course, playing a full buy. As their economy allows it, we will most likely try to rush into A with this. Razda gets one. Tepe gets another one. But we do enter after all. We have one player on heaven defending. He misses his shot. But he does get Fuchi. The bomb doesn't go down. PVD gets the last. 2 kills for Henzik in this eco round. Is 5-5. Nice try, but we can buy now indeed. Even though that the eco didn't quite work out. 2 kills are important. I think we could have tried to get the bomb down as well to get that extra money. But we decided not to in the end. But now we will force buy with economy not looking too bad. Even for a force buy in our team. But I think we almost lost someone on mid there. Tespec getting information here. Now there are players on boat. Razda now will flash and peek, or gets flashed first. Razda dead. Andrew beautifully with the flash, and Henzik getting the kill. Now utility going from Tespec to defend A side. This will still not cause a rotation from the CTs. Even though that we managed to get a kill on Razda, we will still try to make it towards B. But Trevor is there defending. But I think we will try and make this water after all. A side, my bad. We will try to make this A after all. We make it a silent one. The smokes start going. The execute begins. TacAM is hiding on the pillar there. We traded out with him. The bomb is going down. We have 4 players. They have 3. Colin gets a nice shot on Trevor. Saya hurt with the grenade there. But he will get 2 kills. 1 with a grenade, 1 with his M4. Now it's a 2v2. Colin, 1 kill. Him versus Saya. Who will be better? And it will be Colin with the AVP beautifully. Let's look at this replay here. Of course, the beginning not too good with Saya, of course, getting those 2 kills to blow quite a big hit to us. But here, first of all, Colin gets a kill on PDV. So the AVP goes down, and now Saya goes down. Another great shot from Colin. And it's beautiful. And it's 6-5 for TacAM, as we can force buy once again. And we will make this a B push, but there's 3 players on B. Three CT players to defend. We will most likely decide that this isn't the way to go. We have to turn around. We have to make a different approach. Rasta getting information here. He does see 2 players on mid. We will keep pushing it. The grenade towards Temple does not deal any damage to Saya. Bravo just slowly with the Mach 10. Doesn't see anyone mid. We decide to pull back from mid. It's the safest option right now. We did deal some significant damage to Rasta. A little bit of damage to PVD, just 5 HP down from him. And we will try to make this B work once again. But the CTs, once they decide that they're defending a side, they are not leaving. And it will be 1 Bravo versus Trevor in the connector. 1 CT hiding in corner, and Andrew will get it. PVD does get a kill. Trevor does 1 again, but Bravo with 2 crucial kills here. Now the site is open for us to play. A little bit of damage to Bravo. Now Razda pushing out. Does get Colin, but Henzik does refrag. 1 last player on CT. That's TacAM. Bravo and Henzik. We know where he is. And we get it. It is 7-5 going into the second half for TacAM. Let's take a look at this replay real quick of, well, a beautiful play, of course, from TacAM here going into the side. Andrew, first of all, taking out the corner player, even though that he didn't look at him at first. And Bravo with the kill on Trevor on connector, then taking out PVD on Temple, making that a big advantage for the for TacAM here, as now we will play CT with a 2-round advantage. And our pistol round will look quite interesting with a 1-2-2 setup. 1-1-3 now after the quick change, as the push into middle from the T side starts. Colin just spots how much players are coming and they decide, alright, not gonna take it. Bravo now gets 1 kill. Henzik gets 1. PVD unfortunately gets Henzik in the end. Bravo gets another one. Can he get PVD? PVD with barely in a HP, but they will not expect him to come free. They will not expect Colin to come from behind. Now just TacAM and Bravo. Who will win? He gets the bomb and he is making a run towards B. Bravo will of course read this pretty nicely. He knows exactly what TacAM had in mind. And the bomb is down. From connector will come Bravo, but TacAM will most likely just try and hide somewhere. The bomb is planted under him. Bravo, you just have to expect him to be camping in CT. Nothing less, nothing more. Take your time. And unfortunately, Bravo wants to commit to it, and Tespec peeks out just in time to take him out, and the pistol goes to Transpiratii. And Bravo outside of the game. What could have caused this problem? Are we seeing technical difficulties from Bravo, possibly? I just got the notification that Bravo is relaunching CS right now, so most likely just some type of technical difficulties from him. Maybe he crashed, or maybe just is trying to reset some bug that happened to him. So we will soon see him rejoin this game. Still waiting for Bravo to reconnect to the map here. And maybe not, but hopefully he will come back. It would be most definitely useful for us to see him return. Now let's look at the statistics of players. Currently, the best player for TacAM is Henzik with 15 kills, 10 deaths. Currently playing very well for TacAM. Like I said, he is the player to watch for today. Henzik has been performing very well throughout all of these 3 maps, and he's showing that he is the star of today. Of course, Bravo now has returned, so we have 5 seconds left before we enter round 14. As for the Transpiratii, the player to watch for them would most likely be Rasta, performing very well across Ancient and Dust 2, showing off best on Dust 2, and now having one of the more noticeable KDs on the side. Of course, Fuchi here hurt with the grenade, 35 damage, but the eco from Henzik is very nice with the kill on Trabor as he pushes into boat, and it then takes a run back towards A. So we have 1 player more. A very passive, slow approach from Transpiratii as they try to set this up perfectly. We have 4 players on B, which is the wrong call at the moment. But Transpiratii are deciding that they are going towards the other side. But now Henzik is saying, guys, I hear smoke. You know, we might want to get at least one more player here into the site. But we have to take into accord that only one player here pushed in. PVD with the jump kill. Now, here comes the execute on B. Unfortunately, Saya does get a lot of kills here, and Razda, just one Andrew left. And Andrew is down. A great entry from Saya here. Gives the round to Transpiratii, and the score is now 7-7. Zglados in chat says, you need to fear Henzik when he buys a deagle. Indeed, Henzik is really deadly with the deagles. He knows how to sneak up on the enemy for just to get the perfect moment to put a bullet through the head of the enemy. It's really nice to watch from him. Now a 2-2-1 setup from TacAM. As the T-side players slowly try to execute this towards A, but they will decide to take more control of water and boat. Henzik does throw a molly, so he does show his presence on A. As the players go on water, Andrew takes the moment of distraction to take out Razda, but unfortunately Tepek here and PVD get extra kills. It's a 3v2, but Fuchi makes it a 2v2. Can he get more? The grenade did not do much for Saya here. Neither will the flash. Two players coming from connector. Henzik takes out Saya. It's just one PVD left against two, Fuchi and Henzik. And hopefully they will be able to get this nicely. And the distraction of Fuchi firing in the right corner works, with PVD looking there and not noticing Henzik in the left corner. And it is 8-7 for TacAM. A very nice play from the duo of Henzik and Fuchi. Now round 16, 8-7. Full buy from the CT side from TacAM, and a force, and not a force buy, pardon me, a eco buy with 4 deagles and 1 tech 9 from the T side. So this might most likely will be another round for us here, but they will push 4 players towards A, where we only have 1 player defending closely, 2 on mid and 2 on B. But remember that being in the connector between mid and A side will... Oh, a nice boost here. Almost takes out one of our players, but Henzik here plays aggressively, manages to take out PVD. Trevor will take out Henzik though, and the A side execute begins. Tepek with a good headshot. Oh, but Colin misses his shot. Oh, we cannot let them win here. Tepek with another one. Andrew with another one. Andrew with another one. And that is all. What emotional round here. The eco very good from Transpiratii, giving them 3 kills on a bomb down. While we take a moment to watch this replay here. Colin, of course, fighting for his life after missing his shot. But here Andrew shows a kill on Trevor. Then gets another one on Saya. And then gets a final on Tepek before Colin takes out Rasta finally. And the round is ours. A very good play from TacAM. Unfortunately, losing a lot of players will force our economy to be worsened, while a force buy will come from Transpiratii. Now, Colin through the smoke takes out PVD that tried to get that extra kill in early, and we are one player up in round 17. Right now, it's mostly mid control for the for the T side. Pardon me, with them having TacAM and Rasta there. They smoke off A though, or never mind, they smoked off Tempo. And this will appear to be execute towards A. The bomb is on mid, so it can go in two different directions. But looking at the utility usage from the T side, most likely they want to go towards A. A little scan there does deal some damage to Saya. Exactly 10 HP. And we rotate all of our players to B, which is a correct reading here as Saya drops down. And now TacAM with the bomb has to run the other way. And we know exactly what is happening. We know exactly where they want to go with that bomb. Oh, Rasta here. Rasta doesn't get it. Colin gets it with the nice shot with the AVP. One player left on mid. Unfortunately, he gets both Bravo and Colin. It's a 3v2. TacAM with less HP, and he dies. And Henzik gets it beautifully. Let's watch Henzik's replay here. Well, quick. We first see the Colin kill, then we unfortunately see TacAM get two of our players, including Colin and Bravo. Then Henzik here beautifully finishes off the round with first TacAM, and then Trevor. As GLaDOS says, that's how we do it indeed. And it's 10-7. I'm Transpiratii. Call for a timeout as money has run out. And there's 3 rounds extra for TacAM. Round 18 just in 10 seconds. Like I said, we have 3 rounds extra. It's an eco buy with 4 techs and 1 deagle from Transpiratii, while we full buy because the economy is strong in TacAM. Apart from Bravo and Fuchi and Colin, but apart from not looking at the fact, we do have good weapons bought and $6,000 on Andrew's account, and this will be a B push from Colin takes out Saya. We know what's happening now. We get another kill. We get a third. We get a fourth. And now just TacAM left. Will TacAM be able to at least get 1 kill for his team in this eco? We smoke it off with another smoke just to make sure that he doesn't come. That it doesn't have time. We have 5 players on B and the bomb is in front of us. TacAM has nothing to do but to wait and eventually go and sacrifice himself. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get a single kill, and it's a failed eco from Transpiratii as we get our 11th round. Now a force buy from Transpiratii going to the 19th round of this map. They will try to get a point back. They will try to repair what they have lost in these last rounds. These last 4 rounds to be exact. If unsuccessful, this will be a first match point. Right now, let's focus on round 19. Utility from both teams. Colin pulling back after some utility blinds him. On water is the bomb. They will boost 1 player to go through the window into mid. Which we currently don't expect apart from Bravo, of course. But now with the Utility coming out. I think Bravo knows what will be happening. The flash goes out. Molly goes out from Bravo to stop any rush. And Henzik gets 2. But unfortunately, we lose most of our players. Here, PVD with just 3 HP left. And it's Andrew, Fuchi versus PVD and Tespec. And Andrew gets Tespec, and Fuchi gets PVD, and it's round 12 for TacAM. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now enter the first match point for TacAM here in this second round of playoffs in ESEA Season 57. A hard-fought match against Transpiratii, and this is our chance to close it on the third map, on the decider. Force buy from Transpiratii. They have calculated it perfectly once again that they can afford to do something like that. Bravo playing aggressively with Henzik. It's a almost full water setup from Transpiratii. Andrew will have the chance to take out 4 players if he lines it up just perfectly. The smoke goes down, and the other way Saya tries to go. Saya does get 1 kill. We spot 5 players. So we know what's happening now. Massive damage on Saya, massive damage on Trevor, and a little bit on Tespec. We will rotate Bravo out of A side, but I don't think that's the correct call at this moment. It is with the bomb inside of connector. It is quite the correct call. As the bomb enters, Fuchi gets 1, Colin gets 1. Saya gets Fuchi, unfortunately, but Andrew gets 2 crucial kills. Now it's just PVDU left against 3 of TacAM players. Missed shot from Colin, but the second one does not get stopped. 13-7 for TacAM. Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 playoffs are won by TacAM 2-1 on Anubis. Nice series and a long one indeed. Very even. Let's look at the top right corner. We have Ancient picked by TacAM. Ended 13-10 for TacAM. Then Dust2 picked.
Heat in the kitchen.